Sowerberry.
Liberal terms, Mrs. Sowerberry. £5.
Oh, well, as a matter of fact, I was needing a boy.
Good, and it's £5, please.
If you don't mind, Mr. Bumble, cash upon liking, Mr. Bumble. Cash upon liking. Mrs. Sowerberry!
What is it?
Will you have the goodness to come here a moment, my dear?
What do you want?
My dear, I've just been telling Mr. Bumble that,
Hello, Mr. Bumble.
Hello, Miss Sowerberry.
that we may consider taking this boy, come here, boy, to help in the shop.
Dear me, he's very small.
Yes, he is rather small, there's no denying it, but he'll grow, Miss Sowerberry, he'll grow.
Yes, say he will, and I'll fiddles that I'll drink. They're a waste of time, these workhouse boys. Always cost more to keep than what they're worth. Still, you always think you know best. What are you going to do with them?
There's an expression of melancholy on his face, my dear, which I find very interesting. He'd make a delightful coffin follower.
A what?
Oh, I don't mean a regular coffin follower like to follow grown-ups. I meant for the children's practice. It would be very nice, my dear, to have something in proportion. A superb effect, the more I think on it.
For once, you may have a decent idea. Very well then, boy. What's your name?
Oliver. Oliver Twist, ma'am.
A singular name.
Aye, ma'am, one of me own choosing.
Yours, Mr. Bumble.
Mine indeed, ma'am.
How's that, Mr. Bumble?
The boy's mother came to us destitute, brings the child into the world, takes one look at him and promptly dies without leaving as much as a name or a forwarding address.
Yeah, dear. Well, Oliver Twist, do you think you can look like this gentleman in this picture right here?
Maybe. If I had a black hat.
Oh, never you mind about black cats.
The boy's quite right. If the boy is top hat, these things must be done proper and correct. Stand up here, hold the switch, boy. Henry, give us the top hat. Henry, really, it takes you twice as long to do anything as anyone else. Yes, for once you've had a good idea. Can you hold that expression for a long time with the crowd watching you?
I think so, ma'am.
He's a born undertaker's mute. I can see him in a black silk suit, following behind the funeral procession with his features fixed in a suitable expression. There'll be horses with tall black plumes to escort us to the family tombs, with mourners in all corners who've been taught to weep in tune. Then the coffin lined with satin, that's your funeral.
That's your funeral.
Large enough to wear your hat in, that's your funeral.
That's your funeral.
We're just here to glamorize you for that endless sleep. You might just as well look fetching when you're 6 feet deep. At the wake we'll drink a toddy to the body beautiful. That's your funeral.
Not our funeral.
That's your funeral. If you're fond of overeating, that's your funeral.
That's your funeral.
Starve yourself by undereating, that's your funeral.
That's my funeral.
Visualize the earth descending on you clod by clod. You might just as well look fetching underneath the sod. We will not reduce our prices, keep our price as usual. That's your funeral.
Not our funeral.
That's your funeral.
I don't think this song is funny.
That's your funeral.
That's your funeral.
Here's the boy, now where's the money?
That's your funeral.
That's your funeral.
We don't harbor thoughts they harbor, there's no need to frown. In the end, we'll either burn you up or nail you down. coughs and wheezes and diseases called incurable. That's your funeral, no one else's funeral.
That's your
funeral.
Very well then. That's your job. Do you need cough and follow? Have you eaten yet?
No, not since.
Charlotte! Charlotte! Bring up some of the cold bits we put off with the dog. Hasn't been in all day, so I dare say can go without him. Dare say the boys are too late to need him, are you, boy? Charlotte, love, this is the new boy. Give them to him.
Oh.
Have you done? I'm glad to hear it. Henry, get to bed. Come on, Charlotte, don't just stand there gawking. Now, a little twist. You don't mind sleeping among coffins, I suppose? But it doesn't much matter whether you do or don't. You can't sleep nowhere else.